How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today I'm going to show you a snippet from a new podcast I'm doing with Andrew Howell called Wrench Every Day. Now, we're going to be posting this every single weekday on the Wrench Every Day channel, so be sure to subscribe, like, and ask us lots and lots of questions, because we're going to be talking about tools, wrenching, engine swaps, and everything having to do with cars and car culture. So check it out in the link below.
For the amount of down payment, like what's the average down payment on a car in America? It's like $3,000, like somewhere in that region.
I did $500.
Okay, $500, right? So let's say for that $500, but you're spending a certain amount of money on the car each month, right? If they were to spend that amount of money, and if they were to save that amount of money for a certain amount of time, like they could just get some beater. Like you can buy a car for $1,500 that will get you somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you can buy like a Toyota Corolla or something.
Right.
It won't be the best thing in the world. It'll probably be like run down and crappy, but it will be reliable. Like that wasn't true for a number of years. So I think that whole stigma carries over. Like in the 70s and 80s and even early 90s, you had cars that like, oh yeah, this car's $500, but it will break down catastrophically next week.
Yugo.
Yeah. Well, Yugo was actually those are good. Those are good. Let's change the subject.
You miss your Yugo?
I miss my Yugo. Mike Balaban has the Yugo that I gave him. So if you guys see that Yugo on Jalopnik, then you guys will know where it came from. Yo. Okay. So the thing is, if you were, let's say, you were trying to find a job or trying to hold down a family or whatever,
Why would you hold on a family?
Hold them down.
Hold them down. I refuse to finance a car. Hold
You
this family
shall
down.
not pass. Holding down a job or raising a family, not raising a job.
Holding down a family
Holding
or
down
raising it. It's such a good little job. You're going to grow up to be real good someday. Hold that family down.
I love the English language. So, if you were that guy in the mid '90s or early '90s, you'd probably have a Malaise era crap box. It would just be a unreliable pile of crap. I remember my parents; they had no money, and we had to buy a 1987 or like '86 Buick Skylark, and by that time it had depreciated to no. Like these were the small ones. These were when GM was like, we've had huge Luxo barges. We got to make them super small. We'll put like a stupid 4-cylinder in them, and people will buy them, and they're not going to last more than 50,000 miles. So that's what they bought, and that car was a pile of crap. But now, for $1,500, you can buy something pretty good. Like you can buy my wife's car. My wife's car is a 2012 Hyundai Elantra. So that car, when we bought it, was 5 years old. We bought it for $5,500.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a really nice little car.
$5,500. That car will run forever. Like it has almost 200,000 miles, and I know a lot of people they get really scared at mileage. They're like, oh my god, that has so many miles. This car has one owner. He just had a super long commute, like you did. He just had a super long commute. He kept up with the maintenance. I popped the valve cover on that.
I remember that.
Yeah, I made a video on this. I popped the valve cover on that, and it was perfect.
Yeah, brand new.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn anything. It has no check engine lights.
None.
It's great. Yeah.
Yes.
That was $5,500, right? One of my friends in New Jersey, he bought one exactly like that. It was a little bit worse for wearing cosmetically, like had some dents on the front bumper or whatever. He bought it for $3,000, and it had less miles than my wife's did.
Those come in stick too, right?
I think they came in stick, yeah. But I mean, that automatic is actually really good. It shifts crisply. I'm not gonna say it's the most fun car to drive in the world, but it's not bad. And it fits 5 adults pretty comfortably.
I was really surprised at the rear legroom of any Hyundai right now.
Yeah, it's insane. So people could buy those cars, and let's say if you have $1,500 or $2,000 or something like that to spend, you can buy a decent car. You can buy a Toyota Corolla from like, I don't know, 2002 or something like that. You can buy a Camry. My sister bought an '04 Camry for like $2,900.
Dang.
Yeah, and it's a car that she was learning to drive, and she was a new driver, so you don't really care about the cosmetics as much, and whatever, because it's gonna get some dents on it. But you don't care because the body panels are like $25 on eBay. It's I think she busted off a mirror, and we just bought a new one. It's like painted for $35 shipped.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so they made a million of these cars. But the thing is, people don't want those cars. They want new ones. They want cars that like, well, my neighbor got a nice car, so I think I can do it. And the monthly payments are nice, so I can afford $400 a month. That's fine. I think that people need to start thinking about the value that's in their car. Because if they buy a car, let's say that they sign a loan for 60 months or whatever, which is 5 years, that value does not carry over. You don't buy that car at 24 grand and you're still paying that off with interest. Did you know the average car price in this country, it's like $33,000?
Good night. I know. No way.
33. That's the average.
No.
It's insane, right? The average car payment in this country is like north of $500. It's insane.
Those people is crazy.
Yeah, those people are crazy. But that's normal. That's absolutely normal. So let's say if you have the average car payment, $500 times 12, it's $6,000 in a year, right?
Yeah.
$6,000. Let's say you buy a car for the down payment, which is $2,000. You can buy a hoopty. Which Tyler Hoover has made a living out of buying hoopties.
Yes,
I
kind of idolize Hoover for that.
Tyler's a great guy, but he just bought a Lexus ES300 that had nothing wrong with it for $200,
and it was 5-speed. Super rare.
Yeah, 5-speed. I mean, he's bought a Jeep Cherokee that was like $300. Just needed a little bit of work.
Where do you find this stuff?
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So you know the statistic that America has more guns than people? Mm-hmm. It has more cars than people as well. So there's more cars here than there are people. And people don't know that. They think that, that car's old, it's just going to go to the junkyard. But cars are made to last now.
That blows my mind. Like where all these cars is.
What's funny is like for every car that's on the road, there's if you aggregate all the parking spaces, I think there was something like 7 or 8 parking spaces in the country for every single car.
I wish that were the case in college because
no, college is different.
At college there were 8 cars per parking space.
That's different. I think that's to acclimate you into the real world where like, hey man, you got to fight to survive. By the way, my tuition bill is up. So I think that a lot of people, they have this stigma against older cars. And at least on my channel, I try to take that stigma away.
Older cars are the dopest cars.
They are. Because you can get so much value. I mean, I got an SL55 AMG that has 500 horsepower. It's legitimately 500 horsepower. It's a convertible hardtop made by Mercedes, hand-built engine. It has every creature comfort you can want, ventilated seats, and it's awesome. It sounds great. It's fast as hell, and I bought it for $9,000. Now it does come with some caveats. The ABC suspension can be troublesome.
Yep.
There are some other electrical things that are more money. If you dent it or something, it's going to cost more money. Sure, but if you extrapolate that into, I would spend $30,000 over 5 years on a car, and it's just going to be some Econo box. What experience would you rather have?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So if you gave me the choice of having like a brand new Toyota Corolla or that 1986 Buick Skylark, I'm going for the Skylark every day, all the time.
I think you should probably go for the Corolla. That's
no. Here's why. Mm-hmm. You're going to pay probably north of 20,000.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about apples to apples, like if they cost the same amount of money.
Oh no, I'm just saying in general. Even if I had the money,
right?
A, you probably would never catch me owning a Corolla unless it was like an 8.6 because initial D. And okay. B, like having an old 80s car or a 90s car that is already a hoopty, like
right.
You can have so much fun with that because you don't have to worry about getting scratches or dents or anything because it's old, it's crappy, it's never going to be showroom condition anymore.
Right.
You just get out there and drive the crap out of it and have fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's people have lost sight of that. Now, there is a caveat. I'm not saying you go and get 80s cars because 80s cars had worse fit and finish. They had worse safety. Safety is a real concern for people.
Safety.
We die like men. Right. Yeah, I get that. The issue that I don't think that's a big issue because again I'm concerned with safety for my wife. When we came here, she was a relatively new driver. She's never had a car before, and I wanted to get her into something. Florida drivers not the best, so I wanted to make sure that she was safe and had something with a good crash test rating. Had a bunch of airbags. Mm-hmm. The Elantra has 5-star crash test rating. It's awesome. It excelled in everything. Just do a little research. You can get a decent car for not a lot of money.
Yeah.
And when we went to the dealership, they were asking $7,000 for that car, and we got it down to $5,500 because I was like, listen, this car has 165,000 miles on it. You're not going to sell it to anybody else. Like nobody else is going to come knocking on your door for this car. And then we got it. And I was like, this is really clean. Like, this is a really nice car. And my wife just washed it. It looks like new.
Yeah. I see it all the time. It's fantastic. It's a good looking car.
Yeah, it's fine, and it's just 5 years old. It's basically off a lease return. You know, that's exactly what it is. You know, somebody had it for their financing term for 5 years, and then that's it. And then they sold it for $5,000.
I mean, the ST. I mean, it was a little more than $5,000. It was like out the door like 16.5.
Right.
But it's a 14. I got it in 17, so it was like 3 years old. And when it was new, it still has the Maroni, the window sticker, in the glove box. $31,000.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
I would not have paid $31,000 for that car brand new. No. I mean, it's fun. It's good. I enjoy it. But like the interior is like all plasticky. It's just not a $31,000 car in my book.
It's not a 30. It's fun. Not $30,000 fun.
No, not at all.
No.